Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, hi, welcome. I'm Shantia, and it is so very nice to meet you. You guys, if at any point in this video it looks like I can't see, okay? I had therapy today, so I took my contacts out so I could have the freedom to cry. And the light reflects off my glasses, so winging it, all right? So these two decks called to me for your energy. I don't know what we're going to get into. I didn't even think I was going to be here right now. I honestly thought that I was going to take a nap, but no, I am right where I need to be right here, right now. So thank you to the divine universe. Thank you to my spirit guides, your spirit guides. Thank you for this moment in time where we have all been brought together. Let's get into it, okay? Cancer. Number 3. Call yourself back from all space and time to feel, sense, and reflect on the oceans of your presence within. I love this. This feels like you guys are being called to the right now. We're not worried about the past. We're not worried about the future. We are just focused on getting back to the now, okay? And if at any point you need to revisit the past in your present to be able to move forward, then you will naturally and authentically be brought to those times and those spaces and those seasons within your life when you are supposed to address things, when you're supposed to face things, when you're supposed to realize things about yourself. And then you can take the adequate steps needed to change, to expand, to grow, to switch something up, okay? So let's read from the guidebook for this card. But this card definitely feels like, it feels like it says, call yourself back from all space and time. I feel like you guys are really spaced out. You are in a lot of different places at once, which means you're not in your present moment. And that's the most important place it is for you to be, because that is where all the opportunity is. That's where all the opportunity, that's where things are happening. That's where things are available to you in the now, not in thinking about the past and simply just imagining the future. You know what you want. Great. You don't have to sit in that every single day. When you manifest, this is not something where you have to every single day come to the universe and say, this is what I want. When you know what you want, you tell the universe what you want, and that is truly what you want, then that's simply what you're going to receive, okay? When you tell the universe, all you have to do then is listen to what the universe has to say back in return, which is the directions, the steps that you need to take to align you with what your end goal is. So this is saying to someone, separate your short-term and your long-term goals. What do you want long-term? Okay. And when I say long-term, I'm talking the next 5-10 years. Okay. Next 5-10 years, what is your long-term goal? And when you can when you can express that goal, when you can get it written down on paper, then you can work your way backwards. Like, okay, well, what do I need to do in the short term that will then add up to the long term? Because if you do something every single day, if you do it this month and next month and next month and next month, the next thing you know, you've been doing it for a year. The next thing you know, it's been a year and a half. It's been 2 years. It's been 3 years. It's been 4 years. And now 5 years, and you're at that long-term goal. If you can plan out, if you can map out, I don't even want to say plan or map, if you can sketch out your short-term goals in the middle. It's not your job to worry about how it's going to come true or how you're going to get there. It's not your job to figure out the itty-bitty details in between. It's just for you to kind of have an idea, so that you can have an idea of where to go. You can have an idea of what you want, so that you can then be doing things that are in alignment with the short term, therefore in alignment with the long-term goals. Okay. So this is the third card. Oh, one more page. Keywords for this: inner self, emotional wellness, and boundaries. How are you doing? That is a question to ask yourself when the Cancer Sun sign card appears in your reading. When was the last time you took a moment to check in with yourself? Listen to your internal landscape and support your emotional needs. Cancer's mission is to teach you how to find your own little corner of the world where you can retreat. Okay, y'all, let me put these glasses on real quick because I'm struggling. I don't know if y'all can see. Ooh, child. Okay, where were we? Okay, where you can retreat to replenish your energy. It reminds you of the power of self-care and that your emotions can be potent allies when you take the time to listen rather than trying to suppress them, okay? Your emotions may offer you a deeper understanding about how and when you need to establish better boundaries. Bright light, bring light to feeling overwhelmed and burned out, guide you to the things that bring you happiness, or steer you away from what steals your joy. Every emotion has something to teach you, and yours have been seeking an audience with you. Ask your emotions plainly. What are you trying to tell me? Then listen carefully because the answer may surprise you. You guys, I am going to be very honest and transparent with you guys right now. Okay? Like I said, I had therapy and it was really a session for me today. I boohoo cried. Lots of tissues. And so I thought I spent time even after the session crying a little bit more. So I thought I was going to nap. But again, I said I was just called to be here. And I'm sharing that with you guys because, excuse me, during my therapy session, closer towards the end, my therapist, she tells me, girl, you have all those feelings trapped inside. You really need to feel your feelings. Okay? And so then she listened to me talk a little bit more. And then she was like, you're doing a great job. But I am going to point out to you, you're doing a good job at, she listed things that I was doing a good job at. She was like, you're not asking your emotions, what do they need from you? And I started this reading by saying thank you to the universe for this moment, bringing us together. And it just comes full circle right here at the very beginning because I didn't even know why I was here. And it turns out that I'm here because we're experiencing the same thing. And the universe gave us this moment together so that we can both see that we're human. We're just humans having a human experience and no one is perfect. And again, more transparency. That was something that I really started. That was something that I talked about a lot in my beginning sessions. Wanting to be perfect. Striving to be perfect. And then my therapist, I love her so much. She's just the absolute best. Something so simple, y'all. She asked me, she's like, well, what is perfect? And I said to her, I don't know, because I genuinely did not know. I did not know what perfect was. So then she says to me, like, well, how are you going to strive to be something and you don't even know what it is? Who says you're not perfect right now? Because you don't even know what it means. And that was just like a... I fell in love with her very first meeting. I'm telling you, very first meeting. She's wonderful. And sometimes you just need someone to say something to you, and it could be so simple, but it's a revelation for you. It's life changing. It's earth altering. It's life altering. And that's beautiful because we are in this life to be altered, to be changed, to experience, to grow, to roam, to explore. And so more transparency. Oh my God, the universe knows that your girl vulnerability was okay. We've come a long way, but I just feel very comfortable sharing with you. So I love you. But I just went off on a tangent and I forgot what I was gonna say. I know I was gonna be more transparent. I strive to be perfect, you guys. Well, I used to. Now I don't, because who knows Who even knows what that is? And feel your feelings. Yes. Thank you to the universe that brought me back to my thoughts. So I was telling my therapist that we're doing parts work. You know, I am someone who believes that there are many many parts of you inside of this one human body. And if those parts are not all working together to make up the whole, if there's disconnects, if there's blockages, if there's stops, there's humps and bumps, it's going to be hard to grow, to progress, it's going to be hard to just live, to just be in this life, because the battle is internal. So you're always going to see it externally as well, because that's all that you know from within. But when those parts can work together and everybody function as they should in a healthy way, and it allows for you to show up as your whole self, then that is when you can truly live. And with my parts, we're working on getting everybody to that harmony. Again, I'm human. I'm not perfect, you guys. I'm still going through it as I live through it, as I experience through it. And I told her today, like, I needed that hand, and I didn't have it. I needed those loving, nurturing conversations, and I didn't have it. But I have them now if I give them to myself. I experience them pretty much daily because I have a daughter. And in this moment, like I said, I thank the universe for bringing us together. I'm happy to be your hand. I'm happy to be that voice. I'm happy to be that friend. I'm happy I'm happy to hold space in your heart. I'm thankful for that. I appreciate you for being open to me that way. I understand the difficulty of vulnerability, of letting someone in, of trusting someone. So, because what do you want from me? What do you expect? What expectation do I have to live up to be enough for you? Who do I have to be right now to feel comfortable? And for me, all I need you to be is you, as you are right now, because you are enough. And I know how extremely hard that is to take in, to hear, to even say to yourself, because I too am human. I'm just sharing my whole therapy session with you guys right now, because that was another conversation today. I don't know how to say I'm proud of myself. I don't know how to say, like, good job, congratulations. I don't know how to not minimize the small things that I do. But my therapist said, she said, the small things are what add up. And so along the way, celebrate yourself, congratulate yourself. We all need someone. And it's okay. It's okay to need someone. And it's okay to accept it when someone says, I'm proud of you. I see you. I feel that. I understand. Allow that in, because there are people who understand. For real. There are people who will say they understand. They don't for the life of them even have a clue. But there are also people who genuinely understand, and they care. And they're willing to sit with you. They're willing to sit in it with you, next to you, whatever you need. Because we all need someone at the end of the day. And if you just needed someone right now, if you just needed a moment, this is why we're here. This is why I'm here. Because again, I thought I was going to be napping, but I'm energized up. Okay? Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so we want to get another card from here. Oh, okay. That was the whole deck. Do we want to get another one? Butterflies. This is crazy because this is card number 2 and this is card number 3. Here in the unknown, you will find the essence of who you really are and what magic awaits. I love this. This is so beautiful. So this card here is talking about feeling your feels. Feel, allow yourself to ask yourself, like, what do we need? Like, what are we feeling? What do you need from me? How can I help you? Because again, there's so many parts of us existing in this one human body, and life is always going on. Life will continue, and sometimes we're not quite all caught up. You know, that feeling of like, I can't believe I'm such and such age. I feel such and such. And that's because emotionally, maybe you're still there. You know, maybe that's where you stopped growing emotionally, and not in an intentional way, but just something maybe could have happened. And you know, trauma triggers it triggers stuck. That's how I want to say it. Like it triggers you to kind of stop. And so then you end up stuck in a certain place, but life continues to go on. So it's that feeling of like life going on around you. And you're just like, oh my God, I don't even know where I am. And so that's why it's important to take those moments so you can catch up. Like, okay, what the heck is going on? Where am I? How old do I feel? What am I feeling? What do I need? How can I help myself right now? Okay. I am cracking up because this is just such a this is like such an aha moment for me. Like it's oh my God. Okay. So keywords for this card: breakthrough, transcendence, and profound change. And I love this because profound change is going to come from feeling those feelings. What was that question? As my therapist poses it, what do you need from me right now in this moment? The guidebook says, what are you trying to tell me? Okay, so that may be a really good question for you guys to ask yourself. What all these things that I have been feeling lately, what are they trying to tell me? And don't try to go at it all at once. Just whatever kind of comes to you at first, that first feeling, it's like, okay, what are you trying to tell me? And if it's possible, write it down, you guys. Like if you ask that question to yourself and it's like, what are you trying to tell me? You can write that response down, because when you read it back to yourself, or when you say it out loud, you're gonna feel it even more, and you're gonna understand it even more. Okay, so let's go back to card number 2. Okay, we're on the right page. The humble girl will put on her glasses and stop pretending like she can see. The humble caterpillar melting down and rebuilding itself into a stunning butterfly is one of the most beautiful symbols of transformation the world has ever seen. And talk about an extreme makeover. A caterpillar essentially digests itself by releasing special enzymes within the chrysalis that dissolve its tissue into a soup of proteins that are then used to rebuild the body, forming its wings, legs, and the rest of its anatomy. A caterpillar's willingness to completely break itself down is what leads to such profound change. It may be difficult, but it knows it has outgrown its current state and it's time to set itself free. You are in the midst of a profound breakthrough and are about to transcend your understanding of who you were until this point. Spiritual signs come so rarely in the form of a huge flashing billboard, but in this case, you can expect something truly dramatic to shake up your way of being. Whether or not this change is the result of a devastating event or a happy coincidence is unknown at this point. Either way, your life will look completely different a year from now as a result of what happens in the coming months. Pay special attention to synchronicities and dreams as they are appearing to get your attention. They are your confirmation that what is happening is meant for you, and you should continue to follow the threads. Additionally, This card is a validation of desire to make a significant change, and it means yes when asking yes or no questions. I love this. The answer is yes. These feelings, I want you to sit with them, okay? But I get this feeling that they're telling you that it's time, okay, to rebuild. You have been melting. The caterpillar, like I said, it has to melt down. It literally has to melt. Like, what a painful process. It's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to be a bit painful. It's going to be very uncertain and unfamiliar. But it's also going to be natural, because that is what it's meant to be. A caterpillar is never meant to be a caterpillar forever. It's always meant to become a butterfly. It just has to naturally get to that point in time when it's time to melt down, and then it has to naturally get to that point in time where it's now time to form those wings and everything else that it needs to thrive in this world. This is you. You are the caterpillar that is all melted down, and this is the rebuilding. So the ideas of who you thought you were, the life you were going to live, the career you were going to have, the partner you were going to have, the place you were going to live, the car you were going to drive, the lifestyle, the routine, everything you ever envisioned for yourself, the universe is giving you something totally different. But it is exactly what you want. It is exactly what you have been praying for and manifesting and working towards all this time. You just didn't know it. And this is also the part of the process where you can begin to trust. You can truly begin to trust, because you should have always trusted. But I know that's hard. I'm human. But this is where the universe is like, this is the universe. This is you. This is you. This is a time where you can give yourself permission to trust. Like, the whole time the process has been processing, I just didn't know the damn process was going to process like this. I was imagining fairy tales and rainbows. I forgot the rain. It has to rain before the rainbow. Forgot to envision the rain. But, nobody ever does. Who envisions hard shit happening, bad shit? Nobody, because you don't want it to, but it's just life. It's going to come with what it comes with. But this is the time of rebuilding. And so now you get to decide, who do I want to be? What do I want to look like? What do I want? How do I want to appear to the world? What do I want my style to be? How do I want to... It's like, how do I want to shape myself? How do I want to... It's this feeling of like being in complete and full control. You're not controlled by your anxiety. You're not controlled by the what ifs. You're not controlled by what other people may think or what they may feel. You're not controlled by how the boundaries that you set or the actions that you take for yourself. You're not worried about how that may make another person feel. It's like, I'm only trying to better myself. If it makes you feel some type of way, you're a hater. I don't need to be around you. Why? If it makes you feel some type of way, there's things within you that you need to work on, and I present you the space that you need to do that. But I'm going to keep elevating over here, and I don't need nobody trying to stop me from doing what I got to do. Okay? I love you guys. That's it, y'all. That was it. I feel like we all needed that. Not just you, but me too. Okay? We all needed that. I love you guys. I thank you for stopping by and hanging out. Again, if you're here, it's just, you needed that reminder that we're all human and we're all going through this thing called life, doing our best. Okay? Give yourself the permission, the space, the grace, the praise, everything that you deserve as you rebuild yourself into your beautiful version of a butterfly. Love you guys. Make sure you thumbs up. Help you grow in the algorithm. I try to show up every day, but you know, again, I'm human. I'm busy. I got things to do. I'm a single mom. I got a full-time job. I got a part-time job. I got things I'm trying to do. And I just love you guys. Thank you so much. Okay, subscribe. And I will see you back here. Bye.